An address will now be given by Mr. Frissen, the Queen's Commissioner for the Province of Limburg. Nu volgt in toespraak door de heer Frissen, commissaris van de Koningin in de provincie Limburg.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, when someone in their 20s dies, we are shocked. People are not supposed to die at that age. They are young and fit and should have their whole lives ahead of them. We see death at a young age as a tragedy that affects the lives of family and friends forever. And this cemetery bears witness to 10,000 tragedies of this kind. 10,000 young Americans who lost their lives in a country and on a continent far from home. Young Americans who never got the chance to experience life for themselves. Young Americans who didn't live long enough to have children or to see them grow up. They, too, were young people in their 20s, and even younger who should not have died. They gave their lives for our freedom. They grew up at a time when the world was in flames, a world in which barbaric nationalism had to be stopped. It was their fate to be born at a time when young men in their 20s went off to fight for the freedom of people they had never even met. And those people gained their freedom, and so did their children, their grandchildren, and their great-grandchildren. We are those people. It's been said that a person only really dies when they have been forgotten. The youngsters whom we honor here today may seem anonymous to us. All we know about them is a name engraved on a cross, the Star of David, or the Wall of the Missing. But they are not anonymous at all. Their sacrifice made such an enormous impression that the people of Margraten began to adopt their graves back in 1945. Everyone who lies buried here has been adopted. And the people who adopt them often go in search of the dead soldier's life story. And they want to know who is behind the name, what their life was like, what they left behind. And they ensure that the fallen are not forgotten. And that is still the case today. Know that we can also adopt names on the Wall of the Missing. They too have come back to the life. One example is Lambert Geerlings, born in Missouri, who died on October 20th, 1943. The woman who adopted his name in 2010 put his personal details on an internet forum. And within 3 days the name came to life for her. It gained a phased story. And within 3 days she learned about Lambert's 4 years in high school and how he traded his job in bookkeeping for a job as a ball-turret gunner stationed in Britain. Within 3 days she learned about the missions he carried out and how, on his final mission to Germany on October 20th, 1943, his plane was hit above Tilburg, and how he leapt from the damaged aircraft 10 miles off the Dutch coast near Rotterdam. He was only 22 when he vanished into the sea. He was only 22 years old, single, with no children. All he left behind was a name on the Wall of the Missing. But then it turned out that his father came from the Netherlands. The father who was born in the province of Drenthe and emigrated to the United States in 1911 as a 21-year-old farm laborer to build a better life for himself and for his children. 4 months after adopting the name on the wall of the missing, the woman received an email from the United States. It was from another Lambert Geerlings, a younger half-brother who has the same name. And now, 67 years after Lambert's death, the two are working together to bring him back to life. Lambert would have turned 90 this year. He was not destined to live to that age. He died too young to have had more than just a taste of life. But we will never forget him, or any of the other young Americans here. We remember them not only on Memorial Day, but every day of gratitude for our freedom. We are eager to keep these dolls alive, but in our memories and in our hearts. These 10,000 young Americans will always be with us. Thank you.
For in unity there is strength. Amen.